Welcome one and all. Right, let's crack on. Feels like ages since I've been on this. I often say that, but this time it genuinely does feel that way. I have occasionally logged on and left him in Orgrimmar to try and get the world buffs, hence just coming off the flight path, but as you can see, I haven't managed to get any. They don't seem to come on that often on SOD, which is a shame, because it is hellishly more fun. I'll steal him. Thank you. I sell that rogue, but we need it as well, so... Well, we have got 15 of those bad boys, though. Winterfall, Firewater. They don't seem to cost much on SOD. They're pretty expensive on Anniversary, which we'll be playing again soon. I'll put out a poll. I'll check the results actually after this, because more people might have voted. Because I asked what I should do after this, because obviously this is nearly finished. I've nearly got it to 60. So it was between SOD Paladin, continue the Anniversary Warlock, which I've not played for a long time, or start a Night Elf Rogue. Post, let's have a look, 20% Paladin, 33% back to the Anniversary Warlock, and 47% said Nelf Rogue, which is probably what I wanted to do, if I'm honest, because I did actually already make it, just a level 1, just left it there, ready just in case, so I'm glad of that, really. Even though at SOD I wouldn't have minded, didn't really want to carry on the Anniversary Warlock, even though that's sitting at level 30 now, just not doing anything, which is a shame. But what I've decided is, once we finish this and we go on to the Night Elf Rogue, I'm gonna mob grind when I'm not recording it, just to give me something to do when I'm not recording, and it makes it easier when I am recording. There's less sort of looking around, fucking about. So hopefully that'll be good. Feels like I've been non-stop with creating stuff. Because now I'm doing 2 a week of this, which it will be more next week, probably, because I've got next week off work. Thank God. And now with my other channel, Shep Mode, where I did 8 episodes of The Sims 1. And then I thought, right, we'll leave that as sort of one season, maybe come back to it later on. I'm doing Final Fantasy 7. Where am I at the moment? I'm at Union Harbour. And Cloud has just done the patrol. And then I'm playing Diablo 3 as well. Diablo 3's been quite fun. I deleted all my other characters and I started a Demon Hunter. So starting from the beginning, I'm only going to do the campaign. But I've got like 400 odd Paragon levels. So it doesn't seem to affect the damage all that much. But they just cannot kill me because of the vitality. And I'm so much quicker now as well, because of the skills you can put in with the Paragon levels, which is handy. And this morning when I was playing it, I think my dexterity was like 700 just before I was about to log out. And I went to the person where you can create rings and amulets. And I could create a legendary amulet. I was like, oh, sound. So I made one. And it gave me like 759 dexterity or something. Which was like the exact same as pretty much what I already had. So it doubled my stats from one item. And then I had gems to put in my gear as well. So I logged out thinking, bloody hell, I can't wait to play this next episode already. And the ending was more fun than the episode itself, which is good. It's good to bounce between games which I'm enjoying, which was the whole point of creating that as a channel. So I don't just have to play WoW, even though I do enjoy it. I feel like if I play other games and then come back to this, I'll enjoy this more because of the break and just mixing it up a bit. And if I put other games on this channel, it messes with the algorithm, so I can't do that. Oh, I shouldn't, should we say. It's alright for people who are established and have millions of subscribers, it makes no difference. But since we don't have that, is it 1,850 subs, I think? which I'm sure half of those are fake. Because you'd think it'd get a lot more views if they were real, or comments, or they're just unsub after a while, but who knows, who knows. I shouldn't maybe have attacked that, my health's a bit lower. Ah, nice, I can put both of those on then. I wasn't sure. Right, pop that. How much does that heal for? Reasonable amount. Seeing a lot of stuff about the housing kicking about. Not really looked all that much into it. A lot of the content creators got to go to some Blizz thing. And yeah, I got to experience what the player housing's like in retail. I haven't played retail for a little bit. I was smashing it at one point. I always do that with retail. I'll smash it, stop, smash it, stop. I get bored quite easily. I just find these versions of the game just cozier. Whereas retail scratches a sort of different itch for me. It's more of a high-end level itch. Because I don't do anything at high-end on these characters on SOD or Anniversary. Saying that Anniversary is pretty much a waiting room, isn't it, for TBC? I hope, careful of that. Not for everyone, mind, but for me it is, and quite a lot of others. I was thinking actually the other day how 2 seems to be the perfect number. Like for me, I always have 2 books on the go. I've got the Shadow Casket and The Choice by Edith Eger. And then at work I always have 2 audiobooks on the go. And then on this channel I've got 2 different playlists, SOD and Anniversary. Sorry, SOD and Kata at the moment. On the other channel I've got 2 on the go. It seems like it always seems to be 2s. And I was thinking if only WoW was more like that, it just had, say, retail and one other version. It'd be so much easier than all the millions of different ones they have. Now, I know you can just say, well, you can just pick and choose your own, but sometimes that's like when you're looking through Netflix and you're like, I like the look of that and that. And then when you start watching one, you think, I maybe should have picked the other one. Feels like that at times. Whereas if there was just 2, it'd make it easier. Uh-oh. Like Classic Plus, if that came out, that would 100% be one of them. I suppose the good thing about retail is it doesn't have to be your set in stone one that you always play. Because of the catch-up gear, it's quite easy to not play it for ages and then just play it for a month and then just get gear with delves and what have you. And because of all the solo stuff, it doesn't really matter if you fall behind because you're not falling behind anyone unless you do PvP or unless you're in a raiding team, which I'm never going to be. It doesn't really feel like I ever fall behind. I just log on and think, oh, nice one, I can get loads of gear now because mine's outdated, and I just start the process. That's pretty much what I do actually. I'll go back to it, fully gear it until it becomes difficult and I need loads of emblems to upgrade the gear, and then I just sort of stop and come back to one of these versions. So I was excited to play this and actually to get on Kata again and get on that Paladin, because we were tearing through stuff. Well, actually, to start with, on the last episode I died early on against Murlocs because I wasn't going to use Heirloom, and then because they killed us so easily, I was right, bollocks to you then. So we slapped on some Heirloom, destroyed them, and then carried on with it. It was quite fun. Playing this world with this UI, but with faster combat and XP. Perfect for me. I'm looking forward to Mob. Not sure when it'll be out though. Ideally, back end of July, when I've got my next week off. Which it could well be actually. We'll know when the pre-patch is out. If it's going to be back end of July, what we're in now, suppose the pre-patch would be anytime soon, wouldn't it? Or does the pre-patch last 4 weeks? It's not 12, is it? I think they should make the pre-patches longer. Because that's always quite fun. Like the Wrath pre-patch was probably some of the most fun I had when it was TBC, but obviously in the Wrath pre-patch, the PvP was awesome. Everyone was getting the brutal gear, so everyone was on a level playing field armor-wise, so it made it fair. So whoever was winning, it was down to skill, not down to who's got the most OP gear. And it was reasonable speed at which you could get it at. That was fun. I like having a set schedule. Like for this channel at the moment, it's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7, and then any additional video, like a general discussion one or a lore one, is a Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember which. But I always feel like that's not enough. It's just because I'm so keen to make it grow. Whereas the other channel, because it's brand new, I'm doing 4 a week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Apart from, like I say, if I've got the week off, then I try and smash out as much as I can. I'll probably have to do a few on Tuesday. I messaged my MMA instructor this morning saying Tuesday at 10 o'clock, question mark. He's like, oh, I've got a few other appointments Tuesday, mate, so I can't. Which is a bit of a bummer, but I'll just go to my normal gym and do some bag work. And then I can do some of these, can't I? I can do one on the morning as I'm having pre-workout like I usually do. And then come home, food, sneaky little nap, do something in the afternoon. Arsenal play soon. Well, not for anyone watching this, because this is going to be released on Thursday, but on this actual day, Newcastle in an hour. I was hoping Kai Havertz was going to start, but he's on the bench. Apparently he's been smashing the physical tests in training, which you find hard to believe, but apparently so. So Arteta says. Ragged Albi's last one. Nice. Got that to hand in. That's why I've been working our way across here. Because how much does this one give? Alright, we'll go ahead and that in as well. I wasn't sure. If it was like a couple of hundred or whatever, I wasn't going to bother. 4,000 is quite a lot, I think. Might actually be able to go to Plaguelands back after this. Don't get the bear, don't get the bear. And do the last 2 levels. We went there before, didn't we, and got smashed. Sadly. One of my mates this morning was playing Atomfall, which was a game I was interested in playing. There's a couple that I wouldn't mind playing. I know what I'm like. I buy stuff and I don't play them that much. And I don't want to start, say, like a video playthrough of something if I haven't completed it. Because I've already got enough playlists on here with not completed characters. I don't want to do games on the other channel. Like Expedition 33, Oblivion Remastered. Atomfall looks good. They're the first 3 that spring to mind. Can't think of what else there was. That's it for now. Games that I will finish on that other channel are the ones I'm doing at the moment. And then Diablo 4, Lord of the Rings, Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor. I'm tempted to do Monkey Island. Just because it's like... It was a big game for me growing up. That was one of the first games I ever played. Most people have probably never even heard of it. Point and click game, like pick up this, use that with this. Probably quite good for a kid's brain for developing, I would have thought. Working things out, puzzles. Don't seem to be getting many of those, do we? Only got 5. We already previously had 4. Right. There. Over there. What's that? In North Feralis. Well, we're not going to North Feralis. There's no need. We were there in the past, weren't we? I hate that move. I miss it. Why do I keep pronouncing things weirdly? I miss it when we used to just cut through stuff like butter. Not you. Good thing about Kata as well, you get mount at level 20. It's not ridiculous either, it still suits the game, I think. Let's say on retail where you dragon riding at level 10 sort of takes away from it a bit, doesn't it? It is a bit silly. I do like it when I'm playing it because I can fly from one area to the next really quickly, which is good for the playthroughs, but sort of, does it ruin immersion to an extent? It's not. I don't feel like wow, does it? Well, there's two different versions, isn't there, really? Use your classic immersion and you got your retail immersion, I suppose. But need a shave. One of those tasks I can never be bothered with. Alright. Is that a bear's head? I quite like that. Right. I want to use that as the thumbnail. Let's get off and get a picture. I can't properly see it. We'll have to go like that. Windows G. See, we'll see how that does. What have we got? Sold for 224. Let's go with that. Yes. Ah, bollocks. I just leveled from 57 to 58 in 5 hours. Doesn't take that long. That's a sneaky little hole. That's only because, like I said, I've been going Ogrimmar trying to get buffs and what have you. You can do it quicker if you want. I don't know why I'm putting it in there. I haven't even got an axe. Oh no, I haven't got a sword. I have an axe. Oh, I can't even turn that in, can I? Oh, idiot. That's the one we have to go to the camp. We'll have a look. And then back there. What else have we got to do here? Albi's Yeti Fur. That one we're not doing. Right, so that could be it then. Could be. And then it would be to Plaguelands. Yeah, I think that sounds like the plan. Go and get this. Go do those two. And then go to Western and Eastern Plaguelands. I still haven't got to use this yet. Where is it? Applied to a target. Two-handed weapon increases your attack power against undead for 200. Still not to use that. Which is a shame. That'd be handy, wouldn't it, if you were mob grinding. I did that on my paladin during Classic 2019. Where was I? It's in Western Plaguelands. Just down here. There, at Chilwyn Camp, I was farming stuff there. Uh-oh. I was kind of hoping there'd be people here murdering me, so it'd be easier to hand that quest in over there. Healing effect reduced by 50%. All actually reduced by 22. Well, isn't that just brilliant? One book that I started, audiobook, the other day. Where is it? I had it in my library, but I just never listened to it. And I thought, on Saturday. I was like, oh, I'll give it a go and see what it's like. Chasing Excellence, a story about building the world's fittest athlete. It's been quite an interesting listen so far, that. Like this guy he trains like CrossFit winners. That's worth a listen. I've never really watched CrossFit, but the principles for training athletes work across all sports, don't they? They are crazy fit. I'm glad it doesn't go too much into it. Well, it hasn't so far. I mentioned this one last a lot, but not really something I'm interested in watching. I bet it's a really fun way to train, though. You have a combination of everything, don't you? Like strength, speed, stamina, endurance, agility, power. Got a new cloak earlier. We did the other one for ages. The other one had, I think it was 9 strengths. Replaced it with that. I had that for, it's like level 30 odd. Got that new ring. I think that's it. But yeah, I haven't really been able to replace my gear. It's lasted for ages, which is quite a good thing because I've not got an abundance of money. 47 gold. Stuff on this realm's not that cheap, apart from that one potion, which is running out. I'll slap that on again. I was listening to some of the Eurovision Song Contests yesterday. Didn't watch the competition, just listened to some of the songs that were in it. And one of them has been in my head since, The Milkshake Man. Such a catchy little daft tune. I was listening to it today at the gym when I was on cross training. I thought, if my Bluetooth comes out now, people will think, what the hell is he listening to? Right, are we going to be able to hand that in? This is the question. If this is anniversary, there'd be bound to be people here clearing this. Sometimes it's quite annoying when you actually need to get the quests done, when you need to kill specific people. Wouldn't be annoying today because it looks like I need to click that cauldron. I just think of Professor Snape's classes as a good cauldron. I am a little odd though. We got rested all the way. Yeah, looks like it. Nice. What we want. There's no way I'm going to be able to kill all these unless there... Doesn't look like there's loads there. Oh, I thought I'd be able to avoid them. Charge him, because I want to make sure Victory Rush works. Might be able to pull that white one away from him, because if I'm higher level, the threat doesn't seem to pull the other ones that are close. Need to eat up first though, because the problem is, say if he was melee, I could have just charged and used retaliation, but he is not. Sold one of those earlier. The auction house and sold one of the better versions. The higher level one for like 1 gold something. I'm sure I had a bow, don't I? Right, I've got no arrows there. Is there any in my bag? Can I throw that at him? Let's see. Back up. Nice, he didn't pull it. Wasn't sure whether that would work. With his skill being... Before I threw it 7. I thought it might miss and not aggro it, but... Thankfully it worked. How long we got? Come on now, so we're back. have to win today. If Newcastle go above us, it's such an embarrassment of a season. Well, I suppose technically it's not. We did get to the semi-final, but just more underwhelming, shall we say, more than an embarrassment. Embarrassment may be a bit of a strong word. Alright, we'll pop it now just in case. Use that as well. There we go. That's the ticket. Nice. Alright, that's that one done. And now we go back through here. Hand that in. And then kill those on the way back. Owl beasts and yeti fur. Lovely. They respawn at a decent rate. Come on, come on. Yes. Can we avoid them? Yeah, we can do it. Not that one, no. I can see the little combat icon. Meow. When you first get your mount on vanilla, such a good feeling. I honest to God cannot even remember back during the original one when I got it. It wouldn't have been at level 40, that's for sure. Don't know when it would have been. I originally played a mage, which you wouldn't have dreamed that I'd be playing that. Ranged characters just do not suit me in the slightest. But because I was young, I always thought of like older games where mages would start off weak, but then it'd become the most powerful characters on the game. That's what I was thinking of. But obviously in MMO it's not like that, is it? Saying that mages are one of the best characters, aren't they? If you can play them correctly. Which would not include me. Alright, we've got agility. Can we, I don't know whether we can stack those or not. I won't put it on just yet. I would guess you can. We've got strength, agility. These all little buffers. Nothing else interesting there, is there really? Just crap. Half that stuff won't even ever use, I wouldn't have thought. I mean, if I actually got to use that, Chrono Boom Displacer. But no. Well, buffs never drop when I'm there, do they? What am I doing? Thick yeti fur. Any yetis about? With their stupid freezing move. There she is. Rogue Ice Thistle. Let's make it that one. I think they should add dungeon finder to this. I say that every time though, don't I? It would be nice to do some dungeons though. Every now and again. Not something that I crave on Vanilla R, to be honest. As they do take ages, and it's not as relaxing doing that as leveling. Kata and Wrath and all that are a better speed of dungeon. Little beady eyes. It'd be nice to play Death Knight again when Mop's out. I did gear my Death Knight a little bit ready for it. My human one, which well, it was Orc, I think. I transferred it to human. Where's that from? That's from Felwood, isn't it? Yeah, not doing that. We're off to Plaguelands after, aren't we? Are we there yet? Raging Outbeast. Some lower level ones here. Have we pulled that? No. Good, good. Five minutes left of that strength scroll. What does this one actually give us? Increase size and melee attack power by 35. Could it was 35%? I think it would probably be selling for a lot more if it was like. We'll keep doing that. Moving before it's fully done. One goal off the other day, like 120 quid. Put a couple of quid on Villa to beat Tottenham 2-0, which was at half time at the time. And the Man United Chelsea, I put 2-0 Chelsea. 2-0 to Chelsea. 1-0. So I was like, bastard. Last 10 minutes I was like, come on Chelsea, come on, get another one. Well, it wasn't to be, was it? It wasn't to be. Not putting anything on the Arsenal-Chelsea game. Arsenal-Newcastle. If Havertz was better, I'd maybe put him on to score first. But he's not. So, I won't. Can't wait till we get a proper striker in. Hopefully we get Gokares. Now that their season's nearly finished, and ours. They've wrapped up the league against someone yesterday. And we've got one game left and so have we. So hopefully once that's done, we can get him in. And we need a left winger. Won't mind. There's that Shirky from Leon who's leaving. He looks a good player. And then there's that Ademola Luckman. Rodrigo from Real Madrid keeps getting linked to leave, but he'd cost a fortune, I'd imagine. Not sure who else I'd want, really. Oh, Eze from Crystal Palace. Cunha's good, but his attitude stinks. Apparently he's going to Man United. So that goes hand in hand, doesn't it? Someone's attitude who stinks and going to Man United. Perfect. Nice, one more. Don't need those ones. Can we get up there? We might be able to sneak, mightn't we? I'd like to get this area wrapped up in this episode, and then I can just start the next one in Plaguelands. That'd be ideal. I also really want to get started on the anniversary Night Elf Rogue, but I am not doing it until we've wrapped up this character completely. I'm not starting another character, another playlist without this one being done. It needs to be all nice and neat and ordered going forward. Set days, set times, certain playlists, finishing them without moving on to the next ones. I am open to a third though, saying to the guy who I run the channel with. So we'll have the anniversary Rogue, the Kata, well, the anniversary Rogue going into TBC, the Kata Paladin going into MOP, and then obviously if Legion Remix comes out, or when, that opens up a third playlist. But they've also hinted at a play mode, haven't they? Like a survival horror type thing. Well, that's what people have said, but they've said literally nothing about it. So that one of those two could be a third playlist when they come out. We'll just have to see what happens with that. Because there's one about some sort of survival thing in maybe Duskwood, which that would be good, because Duskwood's one of my favourite zones. I have no idea what it could be. I didn't like that Plunderstorm. I think I streamed some of that once. It was awful. Hated it. Legion Remix will be interesting. And the MOP one I didn't really play. I played it a little bit and then I stopped because I wanted to wait for MOP Classic and I didn't want to spoil it by going through those zones and having them fresh in my mind. Whereas Legion, that wouldn't be till ages away anyway if they did a classic version of that, so I have no problem playing a remix version in retail. Because we'd still have, after MOP it's Draenor, isn't it? And then after that it's Legion. So yeah, I have no problem doing that. I wonder if they will go to Legion. Like, will it go MOP Classic, WOD Classic, Legion Classic, and then stop? Because they've got to stop at some point, surely. Don't think there's much point going to Battle for Azeroth and Shadowlands and that, but the thing is they could actually make those expansions good if they did them in a classic version. If they just changed certain things, like mechanics on bosses which people didn't like, patches being shorter on ones that were too long in the past, getting rid of certain systems which people didn't enjoy. You could have a version of Shadowlands which people liked, hypothetically. Obviously you can't change the story from being shy, but system wise and gameplay wise, technically you could. I would actually try it. I know this would never happen. With the graphics like this, I wouldn't update the player models in WOD, and I'd go through them all like this and see how that went down. So then it is actually classic, because to me classic is these graphics. It becomes retail with the newer graphics. See how that people thought of that. Right, we need some more of these. Come on, let's get them ticked off. Albeast 5, Yeti Fair 1, which is probably it's good it's in that order because it's the fur that's difficult to get. We won't even be able to get any new gear. I looked before. I didn't do like usable. I did so I could see level 58 gear and it wasn't anything. Even weapon wise, this one is better than what was available on the auction house. Even things that were massively out of our price ranges seem to still be better than, which is in a way good, but I like getting new stuff. Can I kill this? Yeah. We got that. Right, put that scroll on. And we'll see if we can put the other one on as well. Yeah, we can. Nice. Just that little bit extra. That'll give us crit, I think. Not 100% sure on that one. No Yeti fur for us, eh? Where are these raging albees? I haven't seen any here yet. A couple of these, but there's those owls down there somewhere where I got my Eye of the Flame from on anniversary, which is just in my bank character's bank, just chilling. Ideally if I made a little mage fire twink, but oh my god, not dropping. Safe to say that's never going to happen. I did actually start a mage on that realm, just because I thought, oh, I'll play classes that I never play. So I created that druid, got that to 60, and I made a mage for an all, and I got it to like 16 and just thought, nah. If I'm going to play range, it's got to be a warlock. Pretty much the only one I like. I do like the idea of hunter, but just the way with how I play it just wouldn't work. You have to strafe, don't you? And as you can obviously tell, that's just not going to work, is it? Can't just stand there and free cast. I suppose technically I could. But... Right. Where are we then? Why aren't there any about? There's one. I'll kill you, aren't I? I'm getting in the way. 2 minutes of that potion left. At least this one's just a killing one. He takes off a lot for a green. I suppose he's a bear. Not exactly small things, are they? Oof. Like a little mountain goat having to get up here. Quick. Hopefully we can sneak up and there's a nice little cave of them would be lovely. Don't be all the way over there to hand that in. No, good, it's there. Hopefully this other one is. I fear it's going to be the other side of the map though. Hopefully not. Four more. Yeah, buddy. Huh. There's one. I thought this was actually taking us to a cave when I saw that rock. But no. There's... Oh, nice. So, 12, 13, 14. If they are the ones we need and they're not the other type. And we're right next to camp to hand them in if it's to be handed in here. Quick. Nice. Well, if I'd have used rested XP, it would have been probably a little easier in terms of spotting the mobs, but I didn't really see the point in using that for SOD. It's not like you sort of have to pick it. No, it's not like you have to do all the quests. You can pick and choose. Whereas Anniversary, so much easier with rested XP. I'll be using that for the Night Elf Rogue. I don't like the cooking stuff though when that comes up. I never bother with that. I always just get rid of those quests. Cooking did never interest me in getting that up. Count on probably one hand how many characters I've had that to max. Probably my Death Knight back in the day. Other than that, can't see me really doing it to anything else. Because that was the character that I took the most seriously. Yeah, because all the professions were high. Right, what the hell is that? Right, lads, we're getting on. Let's see if we can find this last one then. Will I, if I click it on, will it help? No, I'd have to set it, would I? I was hoping if I put it there it might just come up with an icon for these, but no. You need to set it for the zone. Right, go away then. Quite far in, I suppose. 3, 4, 5, nearly 6 in. That's not bad. Not too bad. Don't know how many more videos that'll be. 4, maybe 3. Whoop. See ya, see ya. Depends how long the last one takes. Last zone, that is. How close together the quests are. Eastern Playgrounds, you've got a lot of those animal killing ones. Western, I'm sure how much we got to do there. Done 1 or 2. There's not enough quests in some of the zones. There needs to be a lot more. That needs to be a change that need to do. Come on, get him. Please be there, please be there, please be there. Where's the other one? A lot to hand in now, isn't there? Right. There's that one. Fellwood. Oh, bloody hell. That's a nuisance, isn't it? Right. What we'll do then, I'll hand this in. Fly him to Fellwood. Hand that in. Fly to Orgrimmar. Try and get World Bus. And then the next one will start in Eastern Plaguelands. But I'm not sure what we've got to do there though. Right, those to hand in there, look. Argent Dawn Commission, what's that? I think you just talk to him. We'll try again with that tent. Sneak in there. I know some of these are green, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Go in there. And then we've got those. So we might as well start with those ones first. And then go to there after.
Well, spit it out, big one.
How much does this give us? Let's have a look at that.
Hurry back. Have a good one.
1 bar. Collect that now. We're done here. I know that's only 2 pristine horns, but we're done. We need to go to a new zone, experience new things, don't we? They always say travel's good for you. So we'll travel to Plaguelands. Say no, I can't say that being that healthy. Right, I'll end that there and I'll get back to this. This will be coming out on Tuesday. Then it'll be cat on Thursday. So it'll be a week today from when this is out will be the next one. Goodbye.